Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Divoski Africa. We had a bit of an issue with directions in terms of coming from Ograbis to Riemvasmaak. There were two route options and we decided to take the one, and we thought that the other one was going to be shorter, and given the GPS understandings that we had, we just didn't understand why it took longer, but we accepted.
Take what I'm saying. I'm asking you to believe what I'm saying.
It's fine, let's go. I'm not happy, guys. We must just.
No, it's fine, but just take what I'm saying. I'm not relaxed. I'm not flow, but I'm not a capes again. I'm not stressed. Why am I?
Passing through the Orange River was something very beautiful. In the background there was just the mountains there that was just forming a nice line to the landscape. On the other side of the river, on the banks of the river, there's the raisin farms, and just the water just going through into the distance. It was just something spectacular to see. Now, as we just admiring the scenery, we noticed that there were two gentlemen who were busy fishing in the river. So the idea was let's buy some of the fish that if they've caught any, we will have a snack on them later on. So we did that. We called them up, and then in exchange they gave us the fish. And
Hey man, you must eat, man. You're like, come on, you eat. Can you mark? Can you?
As
Yeah,
I
it's backwards now.
lot of experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, good morning. Yeah, that barky pakis for ele. They are heavy, Baba. They are heavy. Yeah, it's two packets. They go together.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's got stuff in it, man.
Yeah, it's got rice, it's got tins, it's got fish oil,
Oh,
it's got tea.
course.
Yeah, it's got soap. Yeah.
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 For you. Oh, buy them together.
Come. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me put them. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good. Yeah. So in the Orange River, it's only Babor Fest.
Babur car
Okay.
in the gill first.
Okay. So what is Babor? Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How do you cook it?
Yeah, you can fry, you can cook.
Yeah, but
Net onion and fish and fish oil.
okay.
I'm not so of the gola. Yeah. Net is so good in spice. Well, that's how you hold it up. Yeah.
Yeah, that one is not a small one.
This is a big one.
It's too long to eat.
I'll show you the one that that I had from the Val River.
It's very good.
It's a small one.
We call it
or you selected nicely.
Yeah, it's fine. They're small, but just two.
Okay.
It's for us to snack. Many people over my we just buy it and snack.
Yeah.
as we travel in the back roads, there's quite a bit of areas that are sort of in need of one or two things, and we decided that we should carry these packs, that whenever we see it, we would then drop off those packs and head our way. So these gentlemen, we actually stopped by to get the fish, and one of the guys said, but let's also drop the packs here, and that's what we did. It was a pleasant experience to actually see them, get to talk to them. One of them is quite old. He made his way up here, and he came to meet us. We handed down the food packs with quite a few items in them, and they're quite happy with them, and we're grateful that we're able to get the fish, and they're also happy that we met them. So I think that's wonderful. Now we passed through the village and we went through the mountain pass to go into the hot springs in Riemvasmaak. I think that was one of the exciting moments of the day so far. That was one of the exciting moments that we had so far in the trip, where we just started now engaging 4x4 high and 4x4 low, and now in gravel, and it was just some beautiful sand driving, mountain passes. It was just a beautiful scene, and we've made our way to Riemvasmaak. As we get there, it's quite hectic, because you come up on top of the mountain and you have to make your way down.
Yeah, we did tell him. I did tell him as well, one more car.
Hectic, because you come up on top of the mountain and you have to make your way down to the hot springs. We got there, parked the vehicles, and then we asked them for a campsite. There were 2 of them that were available, or that they had, but only one was available. So they gave us the other one, because we had people that already occupied the other campsite. We parked there, enjoyed the hot springs, and prepared ourselves for the next evening. For the evening, and started making fire. I chilled around the fire, I had a couple of drinks. So it was one of the most beautiful and chilled spots that we had experienced. I think the decision to move from Mogapi to Riemvasmaak, which by the way was not in the initial plans of the trip, but it was just after we experienced the high volume occupancy of Mogapi, we decided, no, let's look at another place. And I think that was one of the best decisions that we had made. Riemvasmaak really is one of those places where it's a thing to do. I would like to come back and redo it. In the morning, just the weather was also just perfect. In the morning, I decided to go dipping into the hot pools again. Something special, eh?
This is one of the most beautiful areas I've seen in the Northern Cape. It's quite close to the Namibian border. Apparently land there was in the old government, which was taken for military use or things like that. But I'll still talk a little bit more detail about that. But later on it was given back to the people that now occupy this land. It's now communal land operated by a trust. And it would be wonderful to come and experience it and see if there's any business opportunities that one can integrate into the community for this kind of setup. I think a resort or something can be wonderful around this area. So the water is quite warm, and they say it's got healing power. especially in the morning and as well as just after sunrise when the water is sort of is filtered through and people have used it and most of it washes away.
Just as I was going back, then the two gentlemen in Nduna, Mdu and Judah, then came through as well and dipped and then started picking up and making our way now to our next campsite in Verneukpan.
Guys, we were spotted by the fence. Hey.
By the fence?
Hey, but we're still sleeping. No, we're not. Oh. I don't even know the lake. My family here took to the springs. What springs? Look. Look at that.
She tell who we are.
No, some guy who knows her, he sees this thing, he's taking all of us. Me, talking me, showstopper and yourself. Say you've been spotted.
Hey, sir. Come on.
Well, shout out to, what's his name? To Tamsan.
Yeah.
Shout out, brother.
On our way now to Verneukpan, we passed through Kennard. So as we passed through Kennard, we all drive in. I was the last guy I was the sweeper of the convoy. So as I come through, there's a boy who had a ketty, a slingshot. He hits my car in the side. So, bang!
Clean heart. Hey. So I went back, made a U-turn, got the two boys, they tried to run away, got them. So the punishment was to take the kid. What else? Have a look, let me see, I just want to toast you. Okay, so where are we?
We just end up.
We are here now.
So my father agreed that they need us.
Verneukpan is an open plan. From our understanding is that it has a length of about 57 kilos in length and about 23 or something like kilos wide. It's where the highest speed record, land speed record, was broken in the world. We arrived quite late because sure, it was quite a drive. I think we probably drove about 7 hours. It was quite a long drive from Riemvasmaak to Verneukpan as they call it. We arrived quite late and the wind was just bolstering. We struggled to set up camp. Not really battle so much, but just the wind was in our way. You hold here, the wind blows on the other side. So we just had to help each other to set up camp. On the other side, my tent as well, the wind was just blowing everywhere.
I'm a renovated captain. I was looking at the route. How to see the Just a chicken, my brother.
Now I want to drink after. Makes me sleep. What a day, what a day. We just made it here at Verneukpan. It's an open place, fast open space. We're only probably gonna see it properly in the morning. We got lost. Yeah, well, we didn't get lost, but we took longer than, yeah, I guess if you take longer, we could arguably say that you lost. But we took way longer than expected to get here. We got here quite late. The reception place was closed and there was no one to attend to us, which is normal in any accommodation, I guess. But we made it to the pen. We're sitting here on the pen. We opened up a circle. It's windy. Had to set up camp, anchor tents. We woke up in the next morning, beautiful morning. This thing of overlanding, you guys will get us killed. What is this?
This is what overlanding is about.
We sleep in the cold like this.
Were you cold?
No, I was fine. Good morning.
To the world out there.
Good morning to the world out there. Sanbonani. Hey. We are in the middle of nowhere, in the big nothingness of open space.